I had a comment on my channel recently, and this person was saying how me encouraging men to be practicing purity and not sleeping around is me trying to keep all the women for myself. Now, everybody that really knows me, and anybody that really knows me, knows that I really strive to be upright and righteous in my actions at all times. Am I going to be perfect? Not yet, but I do my best, and I practice what I preach, because I think that's really the only appropriate reason to do something. And to begin, if you're going to preach about something, you might as well practice it, right? Otherwise, you're just a hypocrite. But it seems to me like a lot of men are afraid of women like running off somewhere and doing something with some new guy or whatnot. And it's like, if you're scared of that, well, then maybe you're not the guy. Maybe you're not the guy for her. And it's not my fault that the women want me more than they want you. It's not my fault. It's just the way things work out. I attract women with my spirit. I don't need to attract women with money or abs or whatever. Like, even though I do have abs and all that, like I'm not like ripped to the shreds and to the core like some of these bodybuilders, I suppose. I don't have 4% body fat or whatever, but I'm reasonably healthy. I'm in great shape. I have a strong mind, and I'm not a reprobate mind, and I let my mind be constantly renewed. I live with an open heart, but I still guard my heart, and my spirit is everlasting. So that's all I need. I just need me. But I think a lot of women are in this, well, men view women having to just constantly renew their men is because, well, maybe you're not improving. You see, a man, he grows in his soul around a mature woman. And a mature woman will grow in her mind around a mature man that is growing his soul. And I figured out pretty early on, I guess, more so than most people, even though I thought I was pretty late. And by the time I was about 25 or so, 24, I realized I could either lead a woman to heavenliness or I'm going to have to leave her in hell. It's that simple. And heavenliness I view as a state of mind. I view it as a state of being. I don't see, like, heaven is a place, yes, but heavenliness can be a quality. And I think that can be a state of mind as well. And it's a qualitative state of mind, I suppose. And so a lot of the men that I see that are worried about women, they're worried about seeing their women run off with another guy or whatnot. It's like, well, maybe you're not who you could be. Why else would you be scared? You know? And because I do understand that there's this possessiveness of a man, right? It's like, no, that's my woman. No, I don't, like, she's mine. And it's not really like you're trying to own her, right? You want to give her that freedom, that genuine freedom, but at the same time, you want her to be like responsible with it enough to the point to where you can trust her. You know, you've got to be able to trust that woman. And a lot of men will say, well, don't trust a woman. And it's like, well, you try to be in a relationship with somebody that you don't trust. You might have similar alignments and goals, but if you're always worried about somebody's going to betray you, now you should always be mindful that this is a possibility, but if you have to, like, that's the whole point of trust, right? That's the whole point of trust, is you have to take a leap of faith sometimes. And you've got to trust that whatever's going on is for the betterment of your livelihood and your soul in this time. But a lot of men just are not improving their souls. They're not, and when I say improving their souls, I really mean like expanding their souls, because consciousness seeks to expand in of itself, right? Consciousness seeks to proliferate and diversify itself and expand in as many ways as possible. But so many men are focused on holding tightly to what they have. And don't get me wrong, keeping what you do have is a skill. And growing what you have is even more of a skill. But I mean, holy moly, guys, like some of the people that I've seen out here are just why are you picking these women? Like, seriously. Like, if you are going to complain so much about so many of these women, why are you picking them? Genuinely ask yourself this, because I know for me, I used to be attracted to like highly narcissistic women because that was the kind of women that I grew up with and around. And so I was automatically like drawn to them, especially because I was more empathetic. And I have like a scale. I don't see it as the end all be all, but the way that I think about it is like a scale of narcissism and compassion. If you're a 10 on narcissism and you're a 10 on compassion, or somebody else is a 10 on compassion, you guys are going to attract each other very much because they both balance each other out, right? But I found like the sweet spot for a healthy relationship with people in general is if you're on a scale like, so here's 0, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to narcissism, 1 to 10 for compassion. If you're like in between a 3 to a 5 for compassion, that's like the sweet spot for healthy relationships, because you're compassionate, but you're not so compassionate that you're going to become a people pleaser, like all these people over here on the excessive scale of the compassion. And you're not going to be too narcissistic to where you're only selfish and you're only in it for yourself. You just see the person as an object. Okay, so how can you view yourself? Like, where do you view yourself right now, for example? Where do you view yourself, and where do you view the women or the men that you are talking to right now, if you're a woman watching this? Because women out there too, because there's more women that are watching my channel, I feel inclined to specify also, like, how do you know if a man is leading you to heavenliness as a woman? Well, because your mind is being open to new perceptions and domains of perceptions. Okay, well, how does that happen? Well, the man is either close to God or he's not. And it's not about just going to church on Sunday and saying all the words. Okay, do you feel him? Do you feel this connection to him? Do you feel like he can guide you? Do you feel that there's a protective covering over you spiritually when you're around this man or talking to this man? And do you feel its absence if you don't talk to him? I mean, you probably won't feel the absence of it, but do you feel, how do I say this appropriately? Like, it's still there, but it's not as intense, right? The protection is there, but it's not quite as intense as it could be if you were actually more in contact with one another, perhaps. That's how one way you can determine if a man is leading you to heavenliness or not. You feel protected. You don't feel controlled. You feel protected. But with that protection comes boundaries. Okay? Believe it or not, men, women actually like boundaries. Healthy women like boundaries. Okay? It might make them kind of sad to have some boundaries, but she likes it. Okay? She likes being able to be told no. Like, do you really think about this, right? Do you really want someone that's going to tell you yes all the time? Oh my gosh. Even just thinking about it makes me tired. It's like it's not like I want a woman to say no to me, and I want a woman to be able to counsel me. But I don't want a woman that's trying to control me. And I wouldn't want, as a woman, if I were a woman, I wouldn't want a man to try to control me, but I would want him to guide me and protect me and have those boundaries in place, because it makes me feel like, okay, we have something that works. Okay? We have something that works. And it's as simple as that. All right? it doesn't need to be so complicated. And a lot of men think that they're like gonna run out of women. It's like, yeah, they're not every man's gonna get a good woman, but you can lead her to heavenliness. If she's not the best woman, but she's capable of being taught, she's teachable, at least that's someone that you can work with. At least that's someone that you can strive to be with. And it's the same kind of thing with a man as well. Because if a man is at least teachable, he's able to have humility. And a man that can have humility is one that can have some grace. And if he can have some grace, well, then things are going to go a lot smoother for you in the long run overall. Okay, it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows all the time, absolutely not. But what is going to be really good and really positive is if you guys are both able to learn together, if you can grow together. You don't need to be talking all the time. You don't need to be in constant communication. But when you guys are coming together and you guys are communicating, there's a openness, a transparency between you guys. If you're not even getting this kind of transparency from the woman, don't even freaking deal with her. And the same thing goes for a woman with a man. If the man is not being transparent, or at least he's being truthful but vague because he's protecting either his heart or your heart or both, there's a difference between that. Okay, you have to recognize, what is the man up to exactly? If you're a woman watching this, what is the man up to? What are his actions really demonstrating? Okay, and is it aligning with what you want as a woman? Because if it's not aligning with what you want, why are you communicating with each other? And as a man, if you're watching this, if you're communicating with a woman and it's not aligning with what you want, you guys might have great chemistry, but you guys are not romantically compatible. And if you're not romantically compatible, then why even continue to talk to them if you're seeking a relationship that is romantic in nature with this person? This is something that men are just, a lot of men, unfortunately, they have such a scarcity mentality. And I don't even like to use that term scarcity mindset or abundance mindset. I think those are both psyops to some degree. It's like you either believe in yourself and you believe in God and have faith that the thing will come to pass, or it won't. It's not that hard. It's really just what it is. And I think a lot of men are so caught up with trying to get the pink palace that they don't see the price ticket that it's going to cost on their soul to do so. They don't want to recognize that they have to expand their souls themselves to get a woman that's willing to expand her mind. Because a lot of women are not willing to expand their mind and be teachable. And a woman that's teachable, a woman that wants to be on your time as a man, this is very valuable. But this takes an awareness to you. This takes a increase of consciousness and a firm understanding of the way reality works. Reality doesn't just pop out things and ideas. You're the one that's captured by those thoughts or ideas. You're the one that's a vessel for those ideas or things. Remember Carl Jung, he said that people don't have ideas, ideas have people. And that's very, very true. Because he's not, there's many levels to that in interpreting that. But psychologically speaking, it is absolutely the case that you are going to be a person that if you are captured by an idea, you might not even know it. So how do you know if you're captured by an idea? Is that if you have a emotional reaction to something that you don't understand why you're having that emotional reaction. Okay, and because that means that you're either, number one, being gaslit, or number two, you're in a delusion. It's one of those options. And it's usually not the first one. even though there's a lot of lies nowadays, and many people are just liars and fabricators and fake. And it's just the case, right? Like I've found with women, and I think even men too, honestly, because I used to have the perspective that, oh, well, you know, if a man has a tattoo or whatnot, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But you know, now that I think about it, and now that I've more matured from this mindset from a few years ago, it's like, you know what? I don't know if anybody that has excessive amounts of tattoos is, or really any tattoos, is gonna be completely happy in their life and fulfilled in their life. I really just don't think that's the case. Because why do you need to permeate your skin and literally participate in like masochistic endeavors for the sake of changing the way that God made you? Like, I don't know. You guys can answer that question. I'm not trying to dog on anybody that has tattoos or anything. I'm just saying that, and I'm not saying that you can't be healed down the line. I'm just saying that it's not really normal, I think. Like, I don't know if anybody knows this, but when I was 20 years old, I got a nose piercing for the first time right here. I only had it in for a few months. Hated it. I just wanted to be cool. And the reason that I got my nose piercing was because, well, that's connected to the throat chakra, right? And when I say the throat chakra, I mean the chakras in the sense that these are concentrated nerve endings that awaken your nervous system, right? Like that's what a chakra can do. That's what a chakra is, for all intents and purposes. And so I was trying to pierce my throat chakra was blocked at that age, and for many years before that, and a little bit after as well. But I was trying to just express something with my truth. I thought I had to express my truth. There's no such thing as my truth. Now this is my world, absolutely, but it's not like my truth. Okay, my world with God is not going to be the truth, but it is a truth. Okay, and I'm not saying that. I really despise like, oh, it's my truth. This is my truth. Shut up. Like, there is the truth and there are falsehoods. And there are truths and there are falsehoods. But there's not my truth. What's my truth, though? I really feel like it's my truth. Well, you can feel like it's your truth, but you might be fucking deluded. But anyway, you guys can tell I really despise that mindset. But I thought that I was expressing my truth, right? But I only had it in for a few months, got rid of it, and I realized that I was just searching for a way to express the truth to myself. I was trying to stand out in some way because I'd been repressed in my voice for so long. It's very fascinating, right? Because I'm doing these videos, and I've been doing these videos for years at this point, over 2.5 years now. And it's interesting how my voice has become really the main tool in which I'm able to create money for my life, and I'm able to create a livelihood for myself. My mind is monetized, my voice is monetized, and everything about me is now an asset. Like I myself am an asset. But it took me a long time to get to this point. But I don't think that I would have been able to be where I am today if I didn't have that kind of repression in my voice from back then. I wouldn't have the understanding of how to speak about certain things now. It's almost like I had to go through what it felt like to be repressed to a certain degree to now alchemize all of that stuff into something beautiful and manifesting something different on the other side. So what I want to really say here is that it's important for you to notice these kinds of behaviors in people, because it demonstrates a lot about what they're going through. How a person acts, how a person dresses, what they do to their body, how they do it to their body, the way that they present themselves. The behaviors that stand out are going to demonstrate how they treat themselves in the long run. And if you're a man or a woman and you're choosing to be around people that lead you away from heavenliness and you're all of a sudden in hell, that means that you either did not choose appropriately or you were fooled, but usually those are one and the same. Because sometimes you have to just go with your intuition, right? Sometimes you just have to go with your instincts and your guts. And that's what's important. But sometimes it's actually more important for you to just be able to sit back and relax. Try not to hurry yourself into existence. Okay? Be like a turtle. Sometimes it's more important to be like a turtle than it is to be like a hare, right? A rabbit. But anyways, guys, I hope this video was useful and insightful for you. And man, what a beautiful day. Actually, it's pretty cloudy, and it's supposed to be pretty stormy tomorrow, but it feels pretty good outside. It feels pretty good. It's like 70 degrees. It's going to be pretty chilly and stormy, but man, it feels good. If you do want to join the Regal Change Academy, where we have a elite group of spiritual people in the community, it's an online academy and community. So you can, if you're wanting to learn more about that, you can check out the link in the description box below for a free 15-minute call where we'll be able to discuss with you, what the academy is about and if it would be appropriate for you to join. And then I also want to encourage everybody to like or comment or subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I also have a free Telegram channel that you can subscribe to as well. Those are all in the links in the description box below. I hope everybody stays blessed, and peace be with you all. Until next time.